So I recently watched this drama movie from 2015 called Colonia. Initially, I thought that this is going to be a boring movie about colognes, but the story actually kept me hooked till the end, and it's not just because of Emma, my lifelong love of my life, blah 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 blah. Anyway, the movie is actually based on a true story, and I'm excited, so let's get into it. The film is set in 1973, when Chile was seeing a massive shift in its politics. Amidst the protests and chaos, a young and beautiful air hostess named Lena lands in the country. She is going to be staying in Chile for a couple of days with the rest of her crew. They then come across a large group protesting in the streets. Hoo, 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 ha, ha. There, Lena sees her boyfriend, Daniel, and rushes to see him. They are in a serious long-distance relationship, or so they say, and are excited to be finally reunited. The next morning, Daniel then gets a call from a friend who warns him that there has been a military coup, whatever, and Pinochet has taken over. So they need to vacate the apartment immediately as the soldiers are arresting all the supporters of Allende. Daniel tries to take some photos as the two run onto the street, but one of the soldiers catches him and arrests Daniel and Lena. They are then taken to this big-ass stadium in the city at gunpoint. After a very long wait, a man whose face is obscured is brought there to identify anyone who is supposedly against the new government. The man identifies Daniel, soon after which he is dragged away into a vehicle and taken away, while Lena watches helplessly. Next day, Lena and the other people are released. Worried about Daniel's safety, Lena goes to meet his friends and asks them to help her find her boyfriend. However, they refuse to help, saying, "Daniel is small, our cause is big, bye-bye, we no help. But they inform Lena that Daniel has been taken south to a place called Colonia Dignidad, or the Colony of Dignity. There, Daniel is continuously being punched here and there by the military, and they would not let him go until he reveals the names of his accomplices. Lena learns that Colonia is basically a dark cult run by a man called Payos, who has the full support of the government. Desperate to save her boyfriend, Lena decides to dress up like a Halloween and join the cult. So she dresses like a nun with a crucifix and walks across a large field to reach the colony located beyond the mountains. At the gate of the colony, this senior cult member named Gisela says hi to Lena. Gisela takes her to the office where she takes away her passport and all her other belongings, saying, "You won't be needing them anymore." She is then taken to Payos, who is going to interview her and learn when she wants to join them. He notices that Lena is extremely beautiful and somehow has a resemblance to Emma Watson, so he asks her, "Hey, baby girl, are you lost? Do you have a boyfriend?" But Lena denies it, saying that "I want to follow the way of the Lord." But Payos sees through her lies and forces her to strip. Payos sees that Lena is wearing modern clothes underneath and questions her true intention. So Lena lies that she is there for him. Payos believes her and accepts her in his cult, just like that. Later that night, Lena meets a woman named Dorothea, who is excited to have Lena with them. Dorothea excitedly tells her to push that red bell button, or I don't know what color it is, but press it and subscribe and like the video, and let's get back to the video. Okay, so Dorothea excitedly tells her that she is going to get married soon. Just then, Gisela comes there and hands some mysterious pills to Lena and the other women. Lena asks what it is, but Gisela refuses to answer and orders her to swallow it. Meanwhile, Daniel is taken to the hospital after hours of continuous torture. The doctor says, "This boy's brain is damaged. He may not be normal again." On the other hand, Lena witnesses the brutal reality of the place. She is forced to work in a field all day and is beaten by Gisela mercilessly if she stops. On the 9th day, when Lena asks Dorothea how she met her husband, Dorothea replies that there is a mixed parade where men and women are allowed to meet once in a while. When she was asked when she met her fiancé last time, Dorothea says 3 years ago, as there hasn't been any parade since. Daniel recovers from his injuries and plays dumb, pretending to be called Hans, but let's call him Prince Hans just because I love Frozen. He is then brought back to the colony and will have to work for Payos now. Meanwhile, Lena talks to Gisela and tells her that she is happy for Dorothea and wishes her a happy, married life. But later that night, Dorothea is forcibly taken to a men's gathering. Lena follows them and is shocked to learn that Dorothea's marriage plan was her secret and that marriage is prohibited in the colony. Payos insults Dorothea by telling her, "You are ugly, you are dirty, you are unloved." And I'm taking that a little bit too personally now, and I'm hurt for the rest of this video, so please like and subscribe to make me happy again. Payos and the other men then brutally beat Dorothea to punish her for falling in love. Lena is helplessly watching the assault. She then sees Daniel sitting in the room and is relieved to see him alive. She wants to let Daniel know that she is there to help him escape. So she goes to a nearby water thingy and swims naked as she too hopes to be taken to a men's gathering. Pius is furious at Lena and wants to punish her, but Lena is shocked to see that Daniel is not present at the gathering as he is actually trying to escape that night. As the men are about to assault Lena, Prince Hans of Arendelle right here accidentally sets off an alarm, causing the men to find him. Prince Hans then attempts to climb the fence, thinking that it's an open door, but gets electrocuted and is knocked out. Pius and the other men then find Prince Hans and think that since he is an idiot, he must have run into the fence. On the 130th day, Pius is making the young boy sing for him. A, B, C, 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 D, D, D. He then directs 3 boys to the bathroom where he sexually assaults them. After a couple of days, the next communal parade finally happens, where Prince Hans and Lena finally meet after almost 6 fucking months. They agree to meet in this barn where Lena has the night shift. So later that night, Prince Hans volunteers for night duty and goes to meet Lena. They embrace each other and are happy to be together again. Just then, Daniel accidentally discovers a tunnel under the barn. So he goes into the tunnel, twing, 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 and discovers the room where he was tortured. So the next day, he steals a camera and takes some photos of the tunnel and the torture room. He then gives the photos to Lena and tells her to let the world know what happened here. But Lena is not pleased by this, as these photos are the reason why they are here in the first place. Just then, Orcel, Gisela's daughter, comes there to help Lena peel the patatas. She reveals that she knows about Lena and Daniel and that she was told to spy on them. She also knows that she and Daniel are planning to escape. So she requests Lena to take her with them, as she is pregnant and will be killed if she stays. Just then, Gisela also comes there and discovers the photos Lena was hiding. Lena is then taken to Pius for interrogation, and she is in big trouble now. But Daniel comes there and frames his boss by saying he found the photos in his boss's office. So Lena is dismissed and Gisela takes her back to her room, but Lena knocks her out and returns to the barn with Daniel. There they meet Orcel and the 3 enter the tunnel. They manage to get to the other side of the fence and are happy to be finally free. But their happiness is short-lived as Orcel steps into a trap and is killed. Poor Orcel. Meanwhile, Pius realizes that Daniel was pretending to be crazy this whole time, so he and the other men set out to find Daniel. Meanwhile, Daniel and Lena hitchhike to the German embassy in Santiago. There, Daniel hands over the photos to the ambassador and tells him everything that happened to them. So the ambassador promises them protection and even gives them new passports, but they are told that there are not any flights till next week. Desperate to leave the country, Lena uses her contacts at the airline to book herself and Daniel into the flight. The ambassador then decides to personally escort the 2 to the airport, saying that Pius and his men may already be looking for them everywhere. The ambassador then tells Daniel and Lena to wait for him in a room, but Lena is running out of patience and becomes suspicious. She sees through the window and sees that the embassy has brought Pius and the army to detain them. Realizing that they are locked inside the room, they break the window and escape before Pius can catch them. Daniel and Lena then rush to the airport, where they hear the final call for flight. Although Pius catches up to them, he can't get to them because of the glass between them. Daniel and Lena somehow steal a baggage truck and race towards the plane before Pius catches them. Lena's friend and pilot see them and order the door to be opened. Daniel and Lena quickly board the plane just in time, leaving Pius trapped on the steps. But just as the plane is about to depart, the army forces the airport control tower to order the plane, "Do not take off! Do not take off now!" Lena begs her friend to understand the situation and asks him to take off immediately. Sensing the danger they are in, the pilot ignores the order from the tower and takes off. Pius sees the plane leaving, knowing that it's too late now. The credits then reveal that Colonia Dignidad was a leading torture prison for the Chilean secret police. Hundreds of detainees were interrogated, killed, and buried on the grounds. In almost 40 years, only 5 cult members managed to escape. Photographs smuggled out by Daniel were published internationally, causing a major scandal. However, nothing really changed in Chile. Pius was eventually arrested in Argentina in 2004. He was then set to 33 years in prison and died there in 2010. However, the German embassy staff, or Pinochet, was not held accountable for their ties with Pius. And it's disappointing, but this was the story of Colonia. Thank you so much for listening. See you in the next hunt.